Hello, my name is Tim and I'm the pastor to youth and young adults here at Kamloops Alliance Church. And about 3 years ago, Andrew, one of my youth directors, and I were having a conversation following a youth event. We noticed two problems. One that we hit the mark really well in youth ministry, but the problem with that was that we have two marks. One being junior high, the other being senior high. And when we hit the mark well with one, we miss it with the other. Second problem we noticed was that our senior highs, when they graduated, many of them did not connect with God or with church following their graduation. Both of these issues were great burdens on our heart, and we began a conversation of how do we address these things? How do we move forward and continue to do better ministry and reach out to those students that God has put in our place? And so we prayed. I brought my directors into a conversation, and we started to research many youth ministries across Canada. And I talked to many of my mentors and different people and saw many different models. And what we ended up landing on was to do this model. We would like to do a junior high ministry, grades 6 to 9. That we can do great ministry specific stuff, teachings and small group times that is great for them and focused right at their needs and interests, and community building time where they can run and sweat and do whatever it is they want to do as junior highs, but that will allow them to really bond with friends and build relationships that will last a lifetime, and a place that's safe where they will grow in their faith. And then the second ministry we would do would be grade 10 to young adult. So we would combine senior highs with young adults. We saw this at 10th Avenue Alliance. I went down and watched the ministry myself, and they're having great success with their grade 12s graduating and connecting with their church. In fact, they went from almost a 0% retention rate of their grade 12s to almost 100% retention rate of their grade 12s overnight. And we are a different context and a different place, but we believe that this can work for us also. And so beginning September 2016, we are going to be launching these two new ministries, and currently F56 Youth Ministry and Young Adults Ministry will end at the end of this year as it is, and will change into this new ministry model. Now, I want to run you through some objectives and what we hope to accomplish through making this transition and this change. The first is what I've already stated, is that we hope that we'll have an increased connection of grade 12s after graduation. The second is that we will increase the ability for junior high students to understand and apply their faith, as we'll be able to speak week in, week out to exactly where they're at. The third is that we will have an increased number of adult volunteers for our young adults ministry. Many of my peers and people I've talked to have often told me, Tim, they're young adults, like they should just figure it out. This has never sat right with me. As a young adult is looking to make massive relational decisions, vocational, educational, financial decisions, and they have the least amount of experience and wisdom that they will ever have to be able to make those decisions. So what better a time to give them extra support than now? And so we will take a good chunk of our youth ministry volunteers, move them up with senior high and young adults, as well as myself will be in there more regularly than I have been, and looking forward to doing more ministry that way. Number 4 is that we'll have an increased opportunities for senior highs to serve in junior high ministry. It'll open up a whole new pool for us to be able to influence junior highs. Some of them will be disappointed that the senior highs will be leaving, but actually a number of them will come back and serve with them and pour into them in a way more focused attitude and desire, and so we're excited about that. The fifth thing is that senior highs and young adults will have more opportunity to worship God through music. This is a massive thing for senior highs and young adults. Right now, in young adults, we do worship through music once a month, and senior highs get it every other week. Next year, we will be doing this every week as they connect with God through music in a big way. The sixth thing is that life groups, messages, and community building time will be better geared towards individuals' needs and interests for both ministries. The junior highs will have their crazy fun community time. Senior highs and young adults will have kind of more laid back, fun still, but more geared to what their interests and needs are, as well as life groups. Junior high life groups don't like to be as long. Senior high and young adults like to be significantly longer. And then messages will be pertinent to each of their demographics and where they're at. And then the second thing is that, the last thing, the seventh objective is that resources will be combined into 2 ministries rather than 3. Therefore, we'll have a greater impact. Currently, we have 3 ministries, F56, youth, and young adults. As we combine them into 2, more naturally we'll be able to, rather than be a diffused light, be more of a laser and have a greater impact. Our prayer is that God will do great things, and we're excited to see what God has in store for us in this next season here at Counts Alliance Church Student Ministries. And we will have another page for you with some frequently asked questions. I encourage you to click on it and send me your questions at timb@countsalliance.com, and I would love to answer them. Thanks, and be praying for us.